Hey, this is Jones Loflin. Welcome to Insights from the Jones Zone, where I give you a way to master your week in 3 minutes or less. Currently reading a great book called The Invincible Company by Alex Osterwalder and others. In the book, he talks about how invincible companies have figured out the need for both exploitation and exploration in their business operations. First of all, exploitation, getting more efficient at what you're currently doing so that you can maximize revenue of your products and services. He says, but companies can't just focus on that because they also have to be focused on exploration, looking at the new things, products, services, ways of doing business that they ought to be exploring so they can be relevant a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. And just as he was talking about that for invincible companies, I thought, wow, what great concepts for creating an invincible individual. First of all, we need to be involved in exploitation. We need to be looking at becoming more efficient with what we're doing. What's hard for us to do? What's heavy for us to manage, if you will, that we need to figure out how to do better? That's exploitation. But you can't just cut your cost on the way to becoming more successful. You also have to be exploring. You've got to be looking at what are the skills that I need to be developing now to be relevant a year from now, 5 years from now? What are the ways I need to be looking at doing things? How do I need to be working or living differently so that I'm just as successful, as much as within my control, that I'm just as successful a year from now or 5 years from now as I am in this moment? See, my plan for you this week, my hope for you this week is that you'll spend some time doing both. Spend some time looking at what's hard for you. Where do you need to get more efficient in a process that you use at work or in your relationships or even for your own personal well-being? But also spend some time exploring. What are the new ways that you ought to look at conducting yourself in the way you do your job, in the way that you manage your relationships, and most importantly, in the way you take care of yourself? What do you need to explore so that you can be just as successful a year from now, 5 years from now, or 10 years from now as you are in the present moment? This is Jones Loflin. I hope it's a fantastic week for you where you become more invincible than you are now. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me today in the Jones Zone.